Hey there, welcome to another campground review. This time we're reviewing Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park Campground. And so let's just get right into that. We had a great time, so I'm just going to say that right off the bat. It was really nice. My wife and I, we went. And we went ahead and got one of the what do they call river sites that backs up to the Big Sur River, and they cost a little bit extra. I mean, when you're talking about like say prices of a hotel and stuff, especially in the area, because this is on Highway 1, California Scenic Highway 1, and all that kind of thing. So when you're talking about like prices that are normally there, the price of a campground is much lower, and so it is worth it as far as we're concerned, to go ahead and pay the little bit extra for a river site, because as you can see from some of these pictures, I mean, it was fantastic. The river was flowing nicely. It provided a great sound at night to sleep to, and we had easy access right down to it. So that was really nice, and we highly recommend it. But as far as the campground itself and some of its amenities, it was nice. It like a lot of state park campgrounds in California, it's got set toilet facilities and showers. This one has showers and things. They were clean. They were fairly well kept, decently supplied. Never was out of toilet paper and things like that, and all that kind of thing. It does have an area there with a sink for washing stuff that says no dishes, but then there was a separate sink area that was not posted no dishwashing and had hot water. So you could do that if you wanted to. We have our own system for how we do dishwashing and stuff like that, so we took care of it our usual way and stuff. But there is that option there. But again, so toilets, showers, things like that. The one and only odd thing, and I don't know, maybe we camped from a Sunday through a Tuesday in the beginning of October, so maybe that changes things. But there was a camp host. There was a campsite marked camp host, and there was a person there the entire time. But also the entire time, no matter what time of day it was, or evening, or anything, we'd go by, and the sign said off duty. So, not sure. There were no hours posted when the camp host is actually on duty. Fortunately for this trip anyway, we didn't need a camp host. Just if we did, we would have been SOL, I guess, because the entire time we were there for 3 days, they were never on duty. So that's kind of, I don't know, odd, weird. But other than that, nice campground. We really liked it. It has all the general amenities, your fire pit, your picnic thing. Again, we took a river edge site, so we also had a little pathway that would access down to the river. We spent a decent amount of time just sitting by the river. I got to get some reading in just for fun. My wife actually put her chair in the river so she could soak her feet in the nice water. And she did some reading herself and did some crochet and things like that. It was really, really nice. I went over the amenities. The surrounding area depends on what you like. Currently, south of Big Sur, Highway 1 is closed because of damage done to it, landslides and all that kind of thing. So you can't go much further past it. And then heading north, you get into Carmel. But other than that, there is not, like if you're looking to just use your campsite as like a base and then do a bunch of stuff around it, the only stuff to do around it would be visit other state parks. Pfeiffer Big Sur itself has some nice hiking trails on it and nature trails and things like that. The lodge has a small restaurant and things that's pretty good. Just down the road from it is the River Inn, which is a fantastic, it's not only an inn, but it's a really nice restaurant. There's a couple of restaurants there actually that are great to visit and things like that. Highway 1, so it's a little pricey and things, but other than that, there's not a whole lot else to do unless you're going to drive up to, it's a 30-40 minute drive up to Carmel. Then you start getting into all that tourist area and things like that, and then Monterey's a little bit north of that, and there's stuff to do obviously in Monterey. So you could use it as long as you're fine with a 40-minute drive or so to get into that thing while you're camping. But my wife and I, that was one of the reasons we like the solitude. We, a couple of hiking trails and a nice place to camp, and we're happy campers, literally. So there's that. This doesn't go into my rating, but I know it is important to some people. It doesn't really matter to my wife and I. It is important to some people. So I'll put it out there that we have the Verizon wireless network for our phones. And inside Pfeiffer Big Sur, there was no signal. Zero. No service at all. And we had to drive a good portion, probably about out to Point Lobo, which is almost in Carmel, before we started getting any kind of reliable signal for that. So if that's important to you, you just can't be not hooked up or whatever. This is the way it is there, at least for the Verizon network. And I tend to think that that's one of the better, more coverage networks. So there it is. But just as a general thing, it's a beautiful area, Pfeiffer Big Sur. It's got some redwoods in it, so you're able to see that. The hike to Pfeiffer Falls is always wonderful. Like I said, it's got several other hiking trails, and they are of various skill levels. If you're looking for a real challenge, there are several trails that will take you up to some ridges and a couple of peaks with beautiful views. And I've been up there before. I didn't do it on this trip, but I have, done it before, because we've been there for many times in previous years. So gorgeous things to see there. And then there are some simple ones. I mean, even the hike to Pfeiffer Falls, it's a little bit of an incline getting there, and then it's a decline coming out, but not like in a horrible way and things like that. It's not a problem. So really good. So Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park gets 4 out of 5 stars as far as it goes. Also, there are 2 camp stores. There's one at close to the front gate, and one a little further back close to where we were camping at, that have some limited hours, but fully stocked camp stores. So if you forgot anything, there's a good chance they're going to have it. And of course the souvenirs. You can get wood there, you can get ice there. So that was really nice. So Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park Campground, really great destination place, especially if you're looking to see parts of Highway 1. Good old California scenic Highway 1 is nice. Just be prepared on Highway 1. I think on one of my road trip videos where we did a trip on Highway 1, I mentioned this too, is because it costs a lot to supply stuff that's there and things, prices on Highway 1, especially for gas, are very high. So be prepared for that. You want to probably gas up before you get down in there into that area, so you don't have to hit the gas tanks on the way out and things like that, because it can be pricey and things like that. But beautiful area, and it was a great campground. And that's as quick as I can get on Pfeiffer Big Sur for the campground review. I'll see you next time.